Coronavirus is spreading rapidly across the world. Healthcare systems, even of the most economically stable countries, seem to be unprepared for such a horrific development.
In casa ci vado qualche ora di sera, dove muoio sul divano e sprofondo in un sonno che non è sonno perché mi sveglio ogni ora con gli incubi.
Thousands of medical workers sacrifice their lives to save as many people as possible. Sadly, over 4,000 healthcare workers have passed away fighting the deadly COVID-19. But still, every day, tens of thousands of medical workers make the hardest choice of their lives to stay in the epicenter of pandemic, jeopardizing everything they have. In this episode, we at Rumour Juice want to tell several stories of the world's true heroes working in the healthcare system. Stories that make us cry and shiver. This is Shanice, who is among the frontline workers at Southend Hospital, England.
It's been quite an emotional morning.
She had to make a hard decision to leave her family home for 3 months for the sake of her mother-in-law, who is vulnerable to the virus. Shanice can't hold back tears as she talks about the moment of her having to go away from her 2-year-old daughter, who doesn't understand why Mommy is leaving.
I said to Honey, Mummy's going away for a little while. Mummy's got work. And she said, Mummy, I come, Mummy. I said, no, baby, you can't.
Shanice admits she is petrified to go to work, and there is only one thing she pleads people to do during this hard time.
You have to stay indoors.
It is a widespread message exhausted health workers fighting against coronavirus try to deliver to people taking quarantine lightly. Stay at home. Help us save your lives. The message is relevant in each and every part of the world, minding the immense strain COVID-19 is placing on the healthcare system. At some point, those resources won't be enough unless we slow down the virus spread. Some brave medics do not only go to work in their hometowns and even countries, but they travel to the most affected areas to support their colleagues. These Cuban health workers were applauded as they arrived in Italy, ravaged by the coronavirus outbreak. The staff, consisting of 36 doctors and 15 nurses, are proudly waving the Cuban flag upon landing. It is the 6th team of white robes Cuba has deployed to places in need of assistance to fight COVID-19. Another person who had to leave his family for 6 months to live in a motorhome is consultant anesthetist Nick Dennison, whose message went viral. His post reads in part, "On a more personal level, my son turned 3 years old last week and is 6 weeks into a 3-year chemotherapy program for lymphoma. The virus is a big threat to his life, and as I am going to be exposed this week doing my job, I can no longer live at home. I've had to make the difficult choice to do my job and save lives of people I don't know, or to be with my son whilst he battles cancer. My heart is broken making this decision, but I choose to save the lives of strangers and leave him in the care of my beautiful wife and family. Later this week I'll be moving into a motorhome and will not be able to take any further part in his care for the next 6 months." It is hard to imagine how medics still find strength to cheer each other up and raise their spirits under such tough circumstances. They dance with each other and with their coronavirus patients in a bid to boost morale. This is the most impressive and noble way of dealing with pressure. Could we admire them more? Unfortunately, for some healthcare workers, challenges don't end, even after they finish their long shifts. This nurse, exhausted after her 48-hour shift, wanted to buy some fresh vegetables to enjoy her healthy dinner before another hard day. But she couldn't do that because panic buyers left the shelves literally empty.
I'm a critical care nurse. I've just finished 48 hours of work. I just wanted to get some stuff in for the next 48 hours.
The woman broke down in tears as she was telling the story that immediately went viral, with thousands of people supporting the nurse in the comments and thanking her for the amazing job she's doing. Well, support is also something that cannot be underestimated when the hard times like this come.
All of those people are real heroes. I just want you to know that I appreciate it so much. I've played an action hero my whole life in the movies, but you are the true action heroes.
Still, to end on a good note, let's finally take a look at these brilliant Irish medics of Belfast Respiratory Team have recorded a message to society, still with the same most important message.
We all have a choice. If you choose to stay at home, you will save lives.
They insist that staying at home is a life-saving move that should not be neglected. They urge us to follow quarantine rules in order to help them fight the outbreak. We want to thank each healthcare worker on the front lines for being our heroes. We admire what you do and promise to do everything possible to make sure that you safely return home soon. Let us support medical staff in the comments under this video.